Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys taking the field on offense, and for a seventh season, it's Dak Prescott who brings them out.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Prescott. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. The numbers for him from a week ago. 5 catches, 55 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott, and he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Nifty footwork at the 45. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. And he remains perfect on this opening drive. Charles now 5 of 5 and another 1st down to work with.
He's like one of those great shooters in basketball that has his rhythm, has his confidence, and he doesn't think anything is going to miss right now. As far as he's concerned, he's going to be perfect the entire game, and who's to say that it won't happen the way he's throwing it right now.
On the left side, Gallup's got it. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean,
and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Now a throw here, hauled in, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, you know, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact,
and the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Elliott going to get it again on second down. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Well, this defense for the Giants, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Got his man there, complete to Gallup. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 2nd and 2, Jones, he dumps it off to Barkley. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Jones. And that is incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. A first down carry by Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
A gain of 3, second down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. On second down, Elliott. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Third and short yardage, Prescott. This is caught. Touchdown. Dalton Schultz, his second touchdown on the season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing, Jones. Eluding the pressure right. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 17-0 our score after 1. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Mike, 55. Right there. Come here, 55. Let's go, get that ball.
Jones on first down, escaping the pressure right. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Jones now to throw on third down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They were winners last week against Cincinnati, and right now they are in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Up the middle, here's Elliott.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Now he steps away. Oh, wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 33 as we ironically approach 3:33 remaining in the quarter. Inside give to Elliott.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And that is incomplete here. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Looking left sideline, incomplete.
But partner guaranteed they approached this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. And again, it's Prescott. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And the lead will stay put at 17.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football up a triple option, you've actually called that play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, you're concerned.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to...
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Barkley. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones fires quickly to White. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Another try for Barkley, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now let's see where they turn on 3rd and goal from the 5. He's going to be marked down very close to the 1st down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. They'll run with Barkley, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Gano the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. A 10-play drive that time, and it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Alvin Kamara, close to 200 yards on the ground with 3 touchdowns.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive. but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 93 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Jones throw here pulled in by Galladay. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Jones. He completes it right side to White.
He'll get it inside the 20.
Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. 47 yards.
And the Giants are back within a score.
And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly, and oftentimes on the move, when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
From the 30 on second down, Prescott. They'll give him 4 yards there, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Throwing, Prescott. And oh, he coughed it up, and the Giants have it. It's picked up.
Loose inside the 30.
And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. Gano the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They're looking to turn things around here. They've been shut down in this third quarter, and that was after a good first half offensively.
And you wonder where it all goes, and it feels like it goes away fast because it takes some time to build up good momentum, great play calling, excellent execution, and then like a blink of an eye, you're losing the game.
And a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, the tide definitely seems to be turning in this third quarter as this defense is able to knock the ball free and recover.
And let's look at it this way. Their offense is right back out there who just got on the lead a few minutes ago. This has the potential to be a big swing in this game.
Following the fumble recovery, Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again, Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Now Jones on third down. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Gano's kick is good, and they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why. They're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now Prescott. Got a man. It's Brown.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Prescott now from the 50.
And this one quickly to Lamb.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 37. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
83 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Dancing to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
And quickly they get to the line. On 3rd down, Barkley. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this. I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this 1st down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
Jones able to find Galladay, and he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. On the move to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And indeed, the flag is out. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Here's Jones looking to throw on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw, eluding the pressure right. It's caught. This is White. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Gano's kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. From the 29, Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Meanwhile, Dak's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse, Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Dak on the option left. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. They run here with Rico Dowdle. And he is going to lose yardage here. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. And you've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down, that leads to a 2nd and 10. Barkley, inside handoff, and he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
I was used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion. Jones throwing on 1st down, and this is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And some room to work. And a pretty quick burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll work down inside the 45. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. From the 44, Jones. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Could this be the drive that ultimately wins the game? How about the initiative he just took there? Running with it after he couldn't find a throwing lane, and he drove them into range for a game-winning field goal with that play. What an opportunity they've been presented to come through with the win.
And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down, and the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of the time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. From the shotgun again to Elliott. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. On second down, Elliott once more. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So it's not quite over yet, but you have to figure they pretty well got this one on ice now.
And Brandon, I'm trying to figure out how they remain so calm in these situations and then go out and execute, because I'm up here shaking like a leaf, and I wasn't one who had to make that kick.
They look calm, but I bet if you had a heart rate monitor on it, it'd be up in the 300s right now. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, they've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you, these division games, never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for the Cowboys, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Giants, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.